Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Geek-Stew. Today is welcome back to another Cooking with Ike. That's right. So, don't mind my messy kitchen because I got a bunch of stuff up there. Those are some koalas. But anyhow, today, guys, we're making chicken wings. So I mentioned this in an earlier video this week. I guess this week will be after I've made these. But basically, on my Monday video, I told you guys I'm making chicken wings, and you can actually hear them cooking. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you some behind the scenes about how I make my chicken wings. This is an air fryer recipe, so if you don't have an air fryer, there are plenty of other recipes to use, but this is my personal favorite because it uses my air fryer. So I'm gonna show you the chicken wings and see what we're working with. All right, so here are our wings. I actually have some in here, and these are actually gonna be done here in a second, so I'll be able to show you kind of the step that we're taking. So this one, you basically get your wings. So these wings are actually full wings. So it technically has a flat and a drumstick as well, so I have to cut them up. I prefer to do it that way just because A, it's cheaper to buy just like the full wing with the leg and drumstick and the little tip that you cut off, but it's also just typically, they taste better, honestly. So here we have seasoned and everything else. I did a very basic seasoning. I did olive oil, onion powder, salt, pepper, and garlic powder on the wings themselves. And then we're going to toss them in some sauce once they're ready. So that being said, really simple olive oil and seasoning, get them all up in the wings, and then you put them in here in the air fryer, and it goes, typically what we do is 8 minutes per side at 400 degrees. I do recommend preheating your air fryer in this case, and then I have a covered bowl with tin foil or aluminum foil that will keep the wings warm while I'm cooking all of them since there are so many. So that's basically what we have going on. We're going to be flipping these in just a second. All right, you can see that these wings have a little bit of crisp on them, and we're just going to go in here. We're just going to flip these bad boys. And then, my wife loves the flats. I prefer the drumsticks, so it is indeed a match made in heaven. And you're flipping these because they cook differently depending on if they're cooking on the bottom or if they're cooking on with just the air on them. So. Sorry if the angle's a little bit bad, but I'm trying to do this with one hand here. All right, so that should be good. And we're gonna throw them back in there. Like I mentioned, we're gonna do 400 for 8 minutes. And one other note is I didn't show you guys me cutting these, but really it's pretty simple. Basically a standard wing comes with 3 parts. I don't know what's officially called, but it's like the tip of the wing. You cut that off completely. I don't typically use it for anything, but you could use it if you're making like broths, homemade broths, or anything else you might be using it for. And then of course you have the drumstick, and then you have the flats. So then it basically gives you one of each depending on what you prefer. So I guess the next most important part about chicken wings is the sauce. Had to get the sauce out real quick. So the sauce. So typically I use either a Frank's Red Hot for the buffalo, or I have used Sweet Baby Ray's buffalo sauce, which is actually really nice as well. But the other day we were at Walmart, and we actually happened upon a couple of sauces from Buffalo Wild Wings. So we have the medium buffalo hot sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings, and we also have one of our favorites, the Korean barbecue from Buffalo Wild Wings. So, fun fact, on one of me and my wife's earlier dates, we actually went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and they had the Korean barbecue, and her dad loved the Korean barbecue and told her to get it. So we got it. We absolutely loved it, and they bring it back from time to time, so we go and get it when we can. But we saw it in the store, and we're like, we have to try the bottle, see if it's as good. But anyhow, I'm gonna let these cook. I'll check back in with you guys when all of the wings are done and when we start heating up the sauce and actually start tossing the wings in the sauce. So see you in a minute. Until then, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to join the Geek-Stew crew, hit us up on social media. That is in the description down below and at the end of the video. But join us. Just join us. What else can I say? All right, check back in with you in a second, guys. How's it going, everybody? So I'm almost down to essentially the end of this cooking process, but as you can see, I still have a couple more wings in there to throw in there to cook, and I have my other wings in good old container here to keep them warm while the rest of them cook. So we are kind of purging on that. I'm going to shut these cabinets here. But yeah, we're almost done. We're almost there. So now we have to talk about, how do you do the sauce? Now, I'll get to do this and show you guys in a second. But what I do is I typically will heat the sauce up in a saucepan, and then obviously toss the wings in the hot sauce. And this will also help to heat the wings as well. Now, of course, you're going to need ranch. So if you didn't know already, this ranch right here that I'm about to show you is magical. Honestly, this is the best ranch I've ever had. Lighthouse Homestyle Ranch. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, I love blue cheese. My wife's not a huge fan of blue cheese. Well, I don't think she's ever had it, so I don't know if she can really say if she likes it or not. But I typically like blue cheese. I don't want to say typically. I like to eat blue cheese, but for all intents and purposes, wings are typically best eaten with ranch. And if we had some celery and carrots or something, that might be a different story. But once we get these wings all cooked up and thrown in their sauces, we're going to go ahead and eat them with some ranch. I'll give you a taste test. We have 2 different styles. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. But I'll check back in with you guys here in a little bit. So you guys just a little peek at these chicken wings, but not too much. So I'm going to pull these bad boys out, and then you're going to obviously want to give them a quick temp check. In case you didn't know, temperature inside of a chicken should be approximately 165. I say approximately, but yeah, so those are more than good. You want to try and stay away from bone when you do temp check on chicken wings, because sometimes the bone can be a little more warm than the meat itself. So you want to try and avoid the bone. And then these guys are good, so we're going to pop these out and throw them in our tinfoil covered bowl. I like to kind of spread them out in there so that way they're, kind of covering the other chicken wings to keep them warm. And then, boom. All right. And then I already kind of showed you guys, well, maybe I didn't, but now we're going to throw some more in here. So we got a couple more we need to toss in to get cooked. And they can touch just a little bit, but you don't want them to touch a whole lot, because if they touch a whole lot, then there might be parts of the chicken that aren't getting fully cooked. So, bada boom. 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, we'll flip them. Ready to go. All right. So, as you can see here, we have our 2 skillets. We got one right here, one for each of our sauces, and we have our bucket of chicken wings over here. Need another bowl for the other sauce. I've returned. This is like some binging with Babish shit right here. You only see my hands and like my torso. All right. So long story short, get these sauces open here. Chicken wings are all done. I'll say we got a nice little old, big old container of it over here. Say, shake these bad boys up. So, buffalo sauce is a little thinner, so I'm going to use that in the smaller pan. It just makes more sense to me. And then the thicker one I'm going to put in the bigger pan because I might need it. So what I have to do here is need to split these up between flats and the actual drumsticks, because my wife prefers drumsticks. I prefer drumsticks. She prefers flats. I'm a little slow today, guys. 14 of each, so we'll do about 7 per sauce here. So, that's hot. Pretty good buffalo sauce. There we go, folks. Got our buffalo sauce. We're gonna go ahead and this has a little pour thing, so that's still pretty hot. Yeah, the pour thing doesn't work, folks. about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The buffalo. So with buffalo sauce, it's one thing to just throw it in there, but the bad thing about barbecue sauce is the barbecue sauce got sugar in it. So you don't want to make. You want to probably make sure your pan's not super hot when you throw the sauce in there, because it will scorch, and you'll be in some trouble. So. Good thing about the Korean barbecue, it's got some really nice spices, really nice smells in it. Really good, really good. Alright, now we're going to throw a little bit more buffalo in here. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit more barbecue in there. What's going to happen? So I only have one set of tongs, so I had to adapt. I'm using a spatula to, or I should say, a rubber like spatula like that to stir it around and get it covered in sauce. And then wherever I put my tongs, bring these over here. Pro tip, clean as you go, clean as you go. Alright folks, there you go. Got ourselves some buffalo wings. And then obviously when I went and put the rest of the buffalo wings in here, I went ahead and make sure to scrape out all the sauce in the pan. And then obviously, you gotta give it a little just extra shake so that everything kind of gets conglomerated in there. And then in our other bowl, we have our wonderful, very delicious looking Korean barbecue. We'll give you guys a taste test in here in just a second, but that's the final product. Let's get us down to eating. All right, folks, here we are. It is time for the taste test. My cat is here to join me. She's not getting any. Buffalo wing. Got myself a little bit of ranch here. I'm bougie, so I got one ranch for each flavor, so that way they don't mix. Okay, buffalo, obviously it's amazing. Very standard buffalo sauce. It does have a little bit of that twist that you kind of get with Buffalo Wild Wings, but definitely worth it. Wasn't that expensive either, so can't say anything bad about that. Now it's time for the Korean barbecue. So the Korean barbecue is like a spicy barbecue sauce with a little bit of an Asian twist. So let's dip in the ranch. By the way, this ranch is amazing. First time I've ever had a buffalo wings. Oh my God. Sweet baby Jesus. Okay, it's Korean barbecue. 10 out of 10. All right. Honestly, fuck buffalo. I should have covered all these bitches in the Korean barbecue. 100%. I made a mistake, but I cannot correct it. So I'll live with the buffalo. Okay, they're both super good. But the Korean barbecue, it tastes exactly like it does at Buffalo Wild Wings. So if you like Korean barbecue, oh my God, that blew me away. I was very surprised by that. Very happily surprised by that. So, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta eat. If you guys enjoyed, like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. I have a TikTok now, so that's linked in the description below. Otherwise, peace out. I'm eating my chicken wings. My cat's out of here. All right, see you guys.